The United States is an exceptionally militarized, lethal, and violent country. The growing concentration of economic, political, and military power is draining America of vital resources to sustain healthy and peaceful communities. It is pushing more people to the margins, where a police officer, a prison cell, a tent, a military recruiter, or a deadly dose of fentanyl-laced heroin is waiting for them. Rates of homicide, gun violence, suicide, drug overdoses, incarceration, traffic deaths, poverty, and police use of force are exponentially higher in the United States compared to those of other Western countries. In a historic reversal, U.S. life expectancy has fallen below that of much poorer countries, as a growing number of people in this country are at risk of losing their homes, health, livelihoods, and savings. Tens of millions of U.S. gun owners are locked and loaded, ready to take the law into their own hands or to turn their guns on themselves. And escalating political violence has put the electoral system and democracy in America in mortal danger. The United States is increasingly unable or unwilling to stem violence in its many forms. Powerful economic and political interests are rendering less powerful groups and individuals in the United States more susceptible to premature death and other harms. Friedrich Engels called this social murder. Social murder is harder to defend against than everyday homicides because no man sees the murderer, because the death of the victim seems a natural one, since the offense is more one of omission than of commission. But murder it remains. U.S. corporations commit social murder with impunity on an even grander scale than they once did. Pharmaceutical executives have been responsible for enormous harms, including the deadly opioid epidemic, and have escaped serious legal or other consequences. So have the titans of Wall Street, who unleashed the 2007 to 2009 financial and foreclosures crises. And so have the oil and gas company executives, who knew for decades that the burning of fossil fuels would have catastrophic results, but stayed silent as they continued doing business as usual. Since the country's founding, the U.S. criminal legal system has been more forgiving and less punitive toward the well-to-do and well-connected. Over the centuries, this punishment gap has waxed and waned. As the U.S. incarceration rate skyrocketed to record levels starting in the 1970s, this gap widened considerably. Executives in the C-suites escaped accountability as they amassed more economic and political power. Meanwhile, the country doubled down on pursuing people accused of street crimes, drug offenses, and immigration violations. Today, the United States incarcerates more of its people than nearly every other country, even as it decriminalizes or turns a blind eye to elite-level corporate crime.